Hello and welcome to episode 105 of Heroes of Handheld. This is the internet's premium podcast dedicated to all things handheld gaming. This week we are going to be talking about Ace Attorney. We're going to be talking about a new Blue Vita, the Tokyo Game Show, and a little game called Perfect Kick. My name is Chris and I am joined to my left, to my right, in both ears. It's my friend Colin. Hey, buddy.
Clowns to the left.
Welcome back.
Jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Because I'm stuck in.
Hi, Chris. You're right. How you doing, mate? You good?
You're sounding a bit more masculine than last week.
Why didn't I say? Yeah. That was an awkward week last week when I was trying out these hormonal pills. It didn't really work.
Yeah.
Well, you know?
You were sounding very, very ladylike.
My penis fell off as well. That was awkward. That was an awkward.
Pretty Scottish as well, which was odd given how much you hate them.
No, this is really bad. This is really awkward because I'm really bad with accents. I only briefly heard, obviously, my voice last week. You know, I heard it back, and I thought it was Irish. Now this is. I'm so bad with accent. Seriously, I can't decipher between Welsh, Irish, and Scottish. Seriously, what part of Scotland is it? What part of Scotland was I from, Chris?
You were from Perth.
Perth, that's my favourite part of Scotland.
The Perth and all that.
Is that where the Loch Ness Monster resides?
Yeah, sure.
Good one. Anyway.
How was your holiday and your sex change, but mainly your holiday? Did you have a nice time?
It was very good, very hot, very rocky, and that's just my sex change.
Wait.
No, the holiday was good. Very nice, very nice. It was good. Highlight, well, the best feature, I went on a big cruise ship and went around the Mediterranean Sea. They had this massive sea screen out where the pool was, so you could watch these films whilst lounging by the pool, which was very nice. And they had films on in the evening, and I watched quite a few films. I watched this new SpongeBob film. That was pretty good. That's
quite a dangerous one to watch at sea, though, isn't it?
What?
Well, like watching a film about the sea at sea, isn't it? Like
I think
and stuff?
Of all films that are about the sea, I think SpongeBob isn't really
true.
We watched Hot Pursuit with Reese Witherspoon, which was a piece of shit, that film, so don't watch that. And also The Theory of Everything, which was interesting, with our boy Stephen. Well, not.
Did you cry?
No, I was a bit disappointed by it, to be honest. It was all right. Right.
Well, we'll be putting those movie reviews in the article at heroesofhandheld.com.
Please do. But I had a good time. But I'm back now. I'm right back at it again, just like I always said.
And for audio listeners, you're looking really tanned.
Yeah.
Well, like you're proper sort of like a. I can't think of a sensitive phrase that's okay to use.
I think it's just my ginger beard, which is making it look like I've got a bronze tone to me when I don't. I'm just a bit more hairy. I came back hairy. I swear, like when I'm in the sun, my beard photosynthesizes and it grows faster.
You're like Samson, and then when you cut your hair off, you lose all your strength.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get that reference, but let's move on. Anyway, so we're right back on it again, right back on the handheld gaming train. We're Heroes of Handheld.
Did you play your Vita much whilst you were away?
I bought my Vita with me.
Yeah, but that's not the same as playing it.
I bought it with me. It was in my suitcase.
Great.
In my suitcase.
Did it get unpacked at any point?
It did not get unpacked at any point. Hey, to be fair, we were very busy most of the time lounging by the pool. Anyway.
What a poor situation to use your Vita whilst you were lying down.
There would have been no point using my Vita out whilst I was in the sun. I wouldn't have been able to see the screen anyway. You know what it's like in the sun. You have to be in a darkened room to use a PlayStation Vita.
Mate, I live in England. I don't know what it's like to see the sun.
Nice, well played. Well, I could make a Scotland joke there about the weather, but there you go. So, the series of Handheld. I'm glad Chris is well, and I'm glad I'm well, and I'm glad I've recovered from my sex change. But we're right back on it again this week. Right back at it again. Back on the Handheld gaming news. So, I remember the episode before I left, episode 103, when I left.
Yeah.
You dropped the mic at the end of that episode.
Yeah, I dropped it, didn't I?
So you probably spoke about this in length last week, but because my brain is so filled with things, I can't possibly remember what you spoke about last week. So please tell me again, what is the dealio with the 3DS? What have you done?
So, bought the new 3DS, the smaller one, because I wanted to get the more powerful model, but also I didn't want to get the huge one because it's too bulky, as we'll be talking about later on, I'm sure. I'm really enjoying it, actually. I've been using my 3DS a lot more since I upgraded. Like, I use it now every day. I've been playing Xenoblade on it, which is really good. I just bought Shovel Knight, which isn't new 3DS exclusive, but is very good also. And I've also been playing Majora's Mask on it, which is greatly improved by the second stick. It's really good, actually. It's made me like proper get back into the community and stuff, and it's just so much quicker than the old one. Like going to things like Miiverse and using the shop and stuff like that is just, it feels so much sort of snappier. So yeah, I'm glad I made the purchase, and I'm glad I went for the smaller size as well, because it makes more sense. Like, it's just easier to move around now.
Did you trade in your old one?
No, I lent it to Emma, because we were gonna, or you with a or whatever, you know how it works, so that we can play stuff together, because I'm a romantic.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute.
We'll be going to each other's Animal Crossing villages and, playing Submarine Diver maybe.
Make your own jokes out of that one
if you're lucky.
Going deep sea diving, you know what I mean? Right, so that's good.
Stick in there.
I'm glad.
Yeah. So it's no, it's good. I'm glad I made the upgrade, and I'm very keen on the cover plates. I've spent way too much on getting new cover plates.
Yeah, that was the big appeal for me. Well, I obviously haven't got one, but what interested me was how you can customize it. It made me think back to the days of the Nokia 3410s and 3310s, where you could change the covers. So what covers have you got so far then?
I've got 2 Zelda ones, and I've got a Xenoblade one, and I've got the straight up black one as well.
Wow. That sounds pretty cool. Have you got it with you? Can I see a little pic on the webcam?
Yeah, I can get it up, if you know what I mean.
That's what she said when you were playing Still Divers.
Whatever it was, or whatever. You go, so here he is.
Wow.
I've not got the interesting cover up.
I was going to say, of all the plates you could have chosen, it does look very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sleek. I'm keen. It's just a lot more... the last one was so bulky, and it was putting me off taking it anywhere, because I couldn't fit it in my pocket, and this is just a lot more sensible.
That's
cool. It's good.
I'm glad it was a good. How much was it?
Yep.
Oh no.
No, it was 130 with a game. So
that's all right. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was on a good deal. So I'm keen.
What game did you get with it?
Xenoblade.
Cool. So Xenoblade will probably retail at about 30 quid, I'd imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And it came with something else. It came with an accessories pack as well, I think. Can't remember.
Cool. Did it come with the AR cards? Did you get your AR cards?
Oh, nice. Yes, I got my AR cards. They're definitely not just sat in my cupboard.
Definitely didn't go straight in recycle. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So that's good. One day maybe I'll make the jump to the new 3D.
Good. I think it's worth doing.
But in a perfect segue, which literally only a masterful tactician in podcasting could muster. Talking of new versions of consoles that have already been out, there's a new PlayStation Vita coming out.
Oh, tell me all about it.
Wow. Well, good news is it's very pretty. Bad news is that it's only coming out in America and Canada, it looks like. So let me just load the pictures here. I want Chris to have a look at these pictures as well of this new PlayStation Vita. I'm very happy about this, and a lot of people are pleased about this announcement, because people were getting, in terms of new announcements from Sony in regards to the PlayStation Vita, you could say it's been a bit lackluster over the past forever with the PlayStation Vita. But out of note, this really does seem like it's out of the blue. Get it?
Oh, it is very pretty.
So Sony have announced a new PlayStation Vita. It's exactly the same. It's a PlayStation Vita Slim. The difference is it's blue. It is blue. And not only blue, it's a very pretty blue. It's an aqua.
It's really nice.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in Vita. It's fantastic. Do you get the reference there, Chris? Please say you do.
Yeah, I know of that. Don't worry.
Know of that. Good. Come on, Barbie. Let's go. Right. So it looks really cool. It's the first ever PlayStation Vita to be released that isn't in the black coloring in America.
It's a GameStop exclusive as well.
Yeah, it's exclusive to GameStop. And originally, this article is from the PlayStation blog, and it says it's just coming out in the US. But someone in the comments asked whether it would be released in Canada, and the response was just one word from the person who put this article on the PlayStation blog. The word was yes. So it's coming to Canada as well. So there you
Fair
go.
enough.
It's coming exclusively to GameStop, and it's going to be $199.99. And obviously, Chris is going to be hard at work trying to figure out what that is in pounds. Off you go, Chris.
That is what, about £170?
Brilliant. So it's
hang
going to
on,
be.
wait, I can get Google on it. I reckon it's
Thank you.
165. Oh no, it's £130. £130. So actually, that's a good deal.
Wow. So I mean, it looks really nice. I do like that color. I am a big fan of blue, as you know. I mean, one love, a love we shared, one love. Na, 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 na.
One love.
One love is all we need. Do you like my blue references?
One love for the city streets. One love
Nice.
for the hip hop beats.
People are just absolutely shocked that it's a brand new Vita. Really, I mean, it's very, very pretty, and I'm glad they've chosen this color. It's all very random, though. You know, like just why this color? You know, why? There's just no reason really.
And why now as well? Like, what's made them be like, oh, damn, we should get a new blue Vita out there? Why not announce, I don't know, a new game?
I know, it's very odd. Maybe GameStop wanted something and Sony offered this. I don't know.
Maybe it's like some sort of trade-off.
I hope this comes to the UK at some point because it does look very pretty. But actually, talking about the PlayStation Vita in the UK, the big game shop in the UK and probably maybe Europe as well, I'm not sure, is a shop called Game, just Game. We've discussed them many times. Now, originally, they had quite a big display of PlayStation Vita games. They had a little stand where you could play the Vita, demo, and, a good display of all the Vita games and all they have to offer. Over the past few months, the displays got smaller and smaller. And the other day, I was looking around my local game store, and I was trying to. I always head straight to either the Vita section or the Xbox 360 area because they're the main consoles I have. So I went over to the Sony section because the Vita part is normally mixed in there. I couldn't find any mention of the PlayStation Vita. I was looking around, and then suddenly I noticed it. It was at the bottom of a display, bottom shelf. So I had to get on my knees to see it. It was in one corner, and there was 5 games.
And beg for the Vita games.
Please, I'm praying to the Vita.
Give me FIFA 13, please.
Please, go on the piss. It was the bottom shelf, and there was about 6 games crammed into a corner, and that was it. So that made me very sad. So yeah, makes you. It's just like, when does it end? When does the whole world of PlayStation Vita get completely erased from the Sony website? It's
very much like we're watching the slow decline of Vita.
Yeah,
you think that's fair?
Well, I mean, people have been saying that for well over a year now. I mean, it's still surviving, so as a little fan base.
It survives through certain games, doesn't it?
I would like, looking at this Vita again, this aqua blue Vita, I would like it. Would it be nice if they changed the color of the joysticks? They remain black. It'd be nice if they were blue as well. That'd be a nice touch. But there you go. You can't have everything, I guess. So yeah, look out for that in November from your local GameStop if you are a North American citizen. Look out for that. Cool.
Let's do our first big bit of 3DS news, Colin Byrne.
Do it.
So you know how Americans like to complain about how there's no small 3DS.
Yeah.
There's no small new 3DS in the States. Actually, we had an email sort of about this, not really, but a nice guy called Jacob emailed him who said that he's in the US and his only option was the new 3DS XL. He says it's great, but it is quite bulky in his pocket. He doesn't like playing DS games because they get really stretched. Which it does. It looks really grim on there. He's brand new to handheld gaming, and he's been playing Street Pass, Me Plaza games a lot. And he's set up a home pass as well, which is really sick. If you're interested if you're serious about Street Pass, setting up a home pass is really strong. And he says he did it all for $20. He's been playing Shovel Knight and Super Mario 3D Land as well, and he's been enjoying it. And thanks for listening. So thanks, Jake. That's really good. If you want some more recommendations, first of all, before I start doing my little bit of news, if you want recommendations for new 3DS games, definitely if you're action minded, get Monster Hunter on. And get the Ocarina of Time remake as well if you played that when you were younger, or if you want to play it again. So yeah, thank you for listening. But this I thought the timing of this interesting because he said I'm in the America, so I only was able to get the new 3DS XL. But a few days ago, towards the end of August, it was announced that finally the standard new 3DS is coming to North America. Nintendo announced this at the GameStop Managers Conference. And basically, the only way to get it is if you get it bundled in with the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer package. It's $220, and it comes out September 25th. So I thought this was really interesting because they've been saying for ages, like, "No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it." But it looks like this is the only way you're going to be able to get the new Nintendo 3DS, the smaller version, in the States. And this is a version that's got, obviously, like, it's got the prettier buttons, and it's also got the customizable faceplates. So yeah, I would imagine if this hasn't sold out already, this is going to sell out very quickly, because it's the only way for people to get the new 3DS in the States, a smaller one. They also announced a Hyrule Edition new 3DS XL, which is gold and shiny looking, which is gettable through GameStop. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer is through GameStop as well. The Hyrule Edition new 3DS XL has sold out, but there's a bundle you can get with Triforce Heroes, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So yeah, I just thought this was really interesting. It's quite you can actually still order, according to the GameStop site. I'm just having a look now. You can still order the new 3DS version. Yeah, like, I think it's quite shrewd move by Nintendo as a way of selling this console. But it's like, by the way, the only way you're going to get it is if you buy like the massive mega bundle. They're obviously not willing to commit to selling them on their own yet.
Why don't they want to sell it, Chris?
So the logic is supposedly that not enough people would buy the smaller version to make it worth their while, because the 3DS XL sold so much more than the 3DS.
Americans love things bigger and better, don't they?
Well, plus as well, like, maybe there's some logic to Americans having bigger hands. That could be a thing. I don't know. That's just me speculating at this point.
That's a great scientific study there. Well, you're an example. You're the reference point that the small one is the way to go, you know?
Well, yeah, but I can see why someone would want the bigger one as well. And the smaller one's more practical for my lifestyle, but only because I play my 3DS on the bus and stuff. Yeah. If you wanted just to play at home, then the bigger one might be the one to go for. But yeah, we'll embed a link if you want to pre-order from GameStop. $220, ships to US only, and obviously it doesn't come with a AC adapter, but it does come with some faceplates and it comes with two cover plates, a digital copy of Happy Home Designer and an amiibo card. And whilst we're at it, if you go to heroesforhandheld.com, we've embedded a trailer to watch from PAX Prime, the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer trailer that Nintendo put out. So have a watch of that. Yeah, so this is quite, it'd be interesting to see how well this sells. Back to you in the studio, Colin.
Now it's time for Colin with the weather. Right, so coming soon, it's the Tokyo Game Show. We all love the Tokyo Game Show. This is going to be held in, I'm probably saying this completely wrong, Osaka in Japan. Osaka?
I think you'll find it's pronounced Osaka.
Osaka. So there you go. The Tokyo Game Show is coming soon, I believe. I'm just trying to get when the date of this is. So I'm going to do some quick... I've got a list here of games that are going to be playable on the floor at... not literally on the floor, but on the games floor at Tokyo Game Show. So I'm just going to get the actual date for when the Tokyo Game Show is, because there's many conflicting reports here. Right, so the Tokyo Game Show, here's the website. Come on, here we go. It's on the... Okay, that's not very... here we go. The 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th of September. So nice. What's it now? It's the 2nd. So it's in like 2 weeks' time. There you go. But Sony have announced what games are going to be playable. And there's a cool image here of what their booths are going to look like. It's only like a digital example, but it looks so cool. If you look on that article, Chris, at the bottom, there's a digital makeup of what they think their floor's going to look like, Sony and PlayStation. It does look very cool. But there's not many games, Vita games, that are going to be playable at the Tokyo Game Show. The 4 games listed here are Minecraft, PlayStation Vita Edition, Tokyo Xanadu, God Eater Resurrection, and Airship Q. So that is it. They're the only Vita games that are going to be playable at the Tokyo Game Show, which is a bit disappointing. But looking at this design here of how it's all going to be laid out, they've got a massive, massive area dedicated to Project Morpheus. So that's interesting as well. And there's a lot of PlayStation 4 games that are going to be playable as well. Just having a quick look through that list here. There's Call of Duty.
Definitely have a look at the mock-ups of what they think the booth will look like, because it looks really cool.
It's cool. That Project Morpheus thing looks like a weird maze. Looks like something from Volume from Mike Bithell. I know I've been away for the past week, but I've heard rumors that Volume's been delayed on PlayStation Vita. Can you confirm these reports, Chris? Can you confirm?
I haven't heard anything about this, but I also don't really know.
Well,
So...
yeah, it's the guy who made Thomas is Alone. It was his new game. It was like a strategic shooter sort of game. It looked really cool. Like you're in this futuristic world where there's like robots and guards like blocking everything. It's a bit like, I guess, sort of like 1984 as well, sort of idea. You have to get around the map without being spotted and using the environment to your advantage. But I mean, everyone was very excited for this game. Obviously, apart from Chris, clearly. I believe it's been delayed on Vita. I mean, I heard some Twitter talk about this. Yeah, I can't see any confirmation here. Oh, yeah, delayed on Vita, crossed by PlayStation 4, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. Right, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, Tokyo Game Show. So only 4 games from the PlayStation Vita library that are going to be playable, including Minecraft, Airship Q, God of War Resurrection, and what was the other one? There was one other one, which was Tokyo Xanadu. That was the other one. So if you're heading down to the Tokyo Game Show, make sure you try out those games, because I really am interested to see how Minecraft plays on Vita. Oh wait, sorry, it's not 2014, is it? Sorry. Right.
Sassy.
Sass. I'm full of sass today. So that's that article done. Chris, your turn.
Back to Chris. So if you're in America and you are a 3DS owner, then you are in good luck, because Amazon.
I've heard of them.
Amazon, as well as selling like books and putting people out of the industry from doing that, they also sell games and cutlery and mugs and hooks and all sorts. And they do
cheap condoms.
Yep. All right. Sorry, you never use them with me, Colin. Come on. So I also do a lot of digital content, and Amazon have just launched a Nintendo eShop page. So this is quite interesting. Basically, you can do digital downloads now through your Amazon account, and this is quite exciting. You can order things, and you will then so you'll order it on Amazon, you'll pay through Amazon, and then your Wii U or your 3DS will have it sent to there, and it will start downloading. So it's quite interesting, because hopefully Nintendo, I'm hoping, let Amazon control the prices, which would mean that Amazon will be able to put on loads of sales, which is what we like to hear, because that would be sick if so. What do you think? I mean, I think it's got strong potential. I want it to come to the UK so we can properly try it out over here. But I think it would be quite fun to have, because Amazon is so good at doing sales and good at giving credit and things like that. So it'd be nice if they were kind of in charge of how all the money was allocated, I think.
So I'm just having a look on here. So do we have prices at the moment of what they're going to be charging? Have you said that?
Yeah. It looks like your standard prices at the moment, which is a bit of a pity.
So what's the point of buying it on Amazon?
Pricey. Well, just A, because it's easier. B, because you might have Amazon credit from trading stuff in, / from doing surveys online and stuff.
Surely it'd be easier to just buy it straight from the store on your 3DS.
Yeah, well, it depends, Colin, doesn't it? Because if you're at work, say, and you're like, oh, I really want to buy Mario Kart, but my Wii U's at Amazon, like, that's easier, arguably, than waiting till you get home, doing it that way. You're the Rooney. I don't know if Amazon will turn on background downloads or not. It doesn't actually say. It says it will auto-populate, so whatever that means, I don't know. But it's quite, I don't know. Plus, like, for example, I'm on there at the moment. I'm looking at Yoshi's New Island for the 3DS. The standard price is $40, but Amazon have got it down for $21.95. So then, obviously, that's them cutting the price. So Amazon, it looks like, are going to be able to put stuff on sale. So yeah, it's quite exciting. It's just interesting as well, because Amazon and Nintendo famously didn't get on for a number of years. Like, you couldn't officially buy Nintendo stuff through Amazon. Nintendo didn't have a store set up there. So obviously, there's been some sort of good agreement made, because now they're on good terms.
Nintendo are finally embracing like 21st century technology, you know,
Yeah, possibly.
embracing the internet, embracing mobile gaming, and also embracing Amazon, which has definitely not been around for about 20 years. It's good to see they're finally entering the fray. I'll tell you, it's so easy now. Talking of Amazon and purchasing game-related content, like when I update my Xbox Live. It's always cheaper to buy it via Amazon than do it directly through Microsoft. It's always a bit slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's really easy now. I don't know how long they've been doing this for, probably for years and years. I just didn't know about it. But when you buy a subscription to Xbox Live on Amazon, rather than wait for them to send you the code via post, you just get emailed the code
Yeah,
automatically,
exactly.
which is so more convenient, So
See, it's handy, isn't it?
before I'd have to wait for it to be sent in the post. Like you've never had an Xbox 360, but for Xbox Live, like before, you get like the cases that the games come in. You get a case sent to you, a full case, and inside would just be a little card with the code on, which is such a waste of plastic.
I remember friends buying them. It was a waste, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that Nintendo are embracing the ways of Amazon, because Amazon is amazing.
It's sack, isn't it? Okay, over to you, Colin, bud.
Right, so I've got two more articles left. One of them is a bit of speculative. I guess, article, and it's all down to this big update that happened to the PlayStation 4 yesterday. I believe this was now. There was a huge system software update, system software 3.00, a massive update for all you PS4 owners, and the big feature for it was the online storage capacity being increased from 1 gigabyte to 10 gigabyte for all PlayStation Plus members. And seeing this, a lot of people wondering whether this storage capacity would be extended for PlayStation Vita owners as well, rather than just PlayStation 4. There's a big discussion on this on the PlayStation Vita subreddit, so I just thought it was interesting to get your opinions on whether you think this would happen. I mean, it's gone. You're going to say something?
No, I was going to say, do you think it will happen?
No. To be honest, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're too bothered about it. I mean, if it encourages people to do cross-buy and to do remote play and things like that, I'm sure they would look into it. But I don't think they're just focused solely on the PlayStation Vita getting more online storage. I
don't think the saves are big enough that I'm like, oh man, I wish I could. Yeah. Like some of the games you play on your home console, like, I don't know, Fallout or something like that, the saves are huge. The saves are like massive compared to like Vita ones, which are like 27 kilobytes or something stupid.
So really, this increase is actually a saving grace for PlayStation 4 owners, because as you said, you're right. Like I imagine, like just a save on Kills. What was that? Kills Shadowfall, wasn't it? It's probably like takes up half your bloody storage anyway, just saving one game.
Even like not necessarily those games, but those sort of RPG ones that are coming, like your Witchers and things like that. The saves are just going to be much larger due to the nature of the game, aren't they?
Oh, when's the new Elder Scrolls coming out?
No. Oh, that's Game of Thrones.
What's Game of Thrones, you idiot?
I don't know. It's nothing.
What was the music for Oblivion? That was like the big one, wasn't it? Before what was the one that came out like 3-4 years ago? The big one.
You mean Skyrim, and it was bum 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 bum.
I've still never played Skyrim.
Bum 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 bum. No, that's something else again, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you ever play Oblivion? The one before Skyrim. Like the best bit of that is when you did something wrong, like killed someone or stole money, and the policeman, or not the policeman, the guy would chase you.
Stop, criminal scum!
You violated the law. What else did they say? Oh, they said more than that. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, but there's the funny thing with them. There was a glitch where like they chase you, but if you hid behind like this wall, there's like a church area, and you hid behind this wall, and they couldn't get you. So they'd constantly be glitching against the wall, just like this, like with the running motion, trying to get you.
I remember. It was so creaky, wasn't it?
Sack. It was great. Oblivion was amazing. Like you could just stand on a massive hill and watch the sunset and sunrise, and then get killed by bandits. It was great. Good times. Anyway. So what was I talking about? Oh yes, this online storage. So hopefully that'll be increased. But there you go. And I'm going to quickly do my last article as well, just so that one.
Okay.
It's a small one. It's about a sale. I know how much Chris loves me talking about sales.
Woo!
Well, and the reason I wanted to bring up this one is it's a European one, and it's Rayman Deals. Rayman Deals.
Okay.
And recently, I was actually asked to list my top 20 PlayStation Vita games of all time. And the more I thought about it, the more games I remembered. And I have actually played quite a lot of games on my Vita. But people always say there's no games on Vita. It's not the case. It's not the case. But can you guess what my top 3 games were on this list?
Your top 3 games on the Rayman sale?
No, my top 3 games. My favorite PlayStation Vita games of all time.
Hotline Miami.
Nope.
Oh,
that was number 4.
Killzone Mercenary.
Yeah, that was number 2.
Minecraft.
No, that was number 10.
Uncharted.
No, that was number 14.
The Walking Dead Season 2.
That was number 6.
Is it a non-mover at number 1?
No, it's been my favorite game since I first played it. And I've mentioned it so many times on the show that it's my favorite Vita game. Hint, it's also available on other consoles.
It's not Killzone.
No, that's
Tearaway.
number 2.
No, you hate it.
No, I wasn't fussed on that.
Lego Batman 2.
That's the one. No, it was Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. No, it was my number 1 was Rayman Legends.
Oh, of course. I didn't get that because it's the Rayman sale. I should have clicked the 2.
Yeah.
It was like I was purposefully getting it wrong for the jests. For the jokes, Colin. For the jokes.
If only. So there's a sale. This covers not just the Vita, but PlayStation 3 and the PS1 as well, which is interesting. So PlayStation 1 classics on Vita. So Rayman Legends on Vita is down to £10, which is a bloody great deal. If you haven't picked up Rayman Legends yet, you are a fool, because that's a great price. But if you're too much of a cheapskate to pick it up for £10, why not pick up the original Rayman Origins? And that's £6, Chris.
That's a good price.
That's a darn good price, I tell you. And the PlayStation 1 versions are also on sale. So you can get Rayman 1, the very first Rayman, for 80p. 80 pence. 80 pence. That's the same as a bottle of, a can of Coke, you know? Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. And Rayman 2, The Great Escape, that's 80p.
Oh, great. Is that the pirate one?
Yeah.
That is the bomb. That game is so sick.
One of my favorite games.
Sick.
One of my favorite games of all time is Rayman 3, which I played on PC back in the day. And you can get Rayman 3 HD, so that's high definition, people, for £1.50.
Oh, what a steal, Colin! Invest. Now's the time.
Objection. Anyway, talking of objection, I'm sure you've got something else you want to tell me about the Nintendo games.
Yeah, so here's your 2 last bits of news.
Do it.
Because I'm such a nice guy. First of all, there is a brand new amiibo coming out, Colin.
Yeah.
But here's your twist. Here's the twist in the onions. They've all been Nintendo licensed so far. So they've all been like your Marios, your Pikachus. Like they've all been ones that Nintendo are kind of in ownership of. But for the first time ever, we're going to be getting an amiibo from a game not like made by Nintendo, because we are getting a Shovel Knight amiibo. It's quite exciting. I'll embed a trailer that Nintendo made alongside the people at Game Grumps. It's about 2.5 minutes, but you don't need to watch all of it. So basically, it's coming out, and it's just really interesting because Shovel Knight's been such a big success. Amiibo, I can't see the natural fit, but apparently it's just going to unlock stuff in the game, so that's very exciting. But yeah, you should watch the trailer, which we'll be embedding on heroeshandheld.com. But yes, the piece of news that Colin was mainly referring to is that Ace Attorney 6 is going to be coming out in the West, which is quite exciting. It's been announced for 3DS in Famitsu, which is that Japanese magazine that we all love so much. Further details weren't announced, but apparently they're going to be rejigging the system for kind of quicker gameplay to make it a bit more smooth and a bit more seamless.
Sorry, but can we just go back to how awesome the Shovel Knight amiibo looks?
Yes, we can go back to that. Doesn't it look awesome, Colin?
He's got a shovel. Jeez.
I know, he's sick. Have you played Shovel Knight?
No.
I'm playing it at the moment. Super hard, man. Really hard. Really good, but really hard.
Yeah, I've heard that's a difficult game. Very challenging. Don't you like die instantly? Then Is that the game where you start off as a new character every time, or is that something else?
No, it's something
I'm
else.
thinking. I'm
It's
thinking of Rogue Legacy. Sorry.
Yeah, probably. It's good though. So yeah, more info on Ace Attorney 6. Capcom have apparently confirmed with shacknews.com. We'll be embedding their article because they did the journalism. Because they've said that Ace Attorney 6 will be coming to the West. And also, the game takes place in a mysterious country outside of Japan, which is the first time that a game's been outside of like a different. It's a new setting for the kind of canon Ace Attorney games. And Phoenix is going to be traveling outside of the country. He's going to find himself involved in a case where people have a belief in like the supernatural. There's going to be some sort of water mirror located on the ground. I don't know what it does. Yeah, just looks kind of interesting. Definitely check out the scans that are on the Famitsu website, which we'll be embedding in the article, because it looks, Ace Attorney is always fun. And if you don't believe that, then to you I shout, objection. Ha 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 ha. Did you get it? Wasn't that funny, Colin? Wasn't
Hilarious.
Funny?
You're comic genius, to be honest.
I know. Also, a tiny little thing that I wanted to talk about as well is that Polygon, who are another kind of internet-y website, have put up a video on YouTube, which we'll be embedding, which contains some gameplay from the new Triforce Heroes game, the Zelda one. There's only about 1:10 of it. But it's worth watching if you've got doubts about this game and how it's going to work. There's 9 minutes of it, 9 minutes 20 of it. And if you've got your doubts about how this game's going to work, then definitely check this out. It makes it look very, very interesting. I'm still not sure how Zelda-y it looks, but it's definitely worth watching. And this comes out October 23rd. That's all the news, Colin.
Thanks.
But we should talk about, because you were here last week, but you weren't yourself, were you?
No, yeah.
We need to talk about an email that came in.
Do it. I'll let you handle this.
Okay, so one of our dear fans and dedicated listeners, and he emails in a lot, and I respect that, is our lovely friend Goose.
The Goose.
From America, the angry American. And you know how you ditched me on my birthday?
Yeah. Well, hey,
Goose.
No, I didn't ditch you.
More info on that on episode 103. You did ditch me. So Goose said this. My favorite thing was that it was addressed specifically to me. That was really sweet. And he said he was just listening to the show. I wanted to take a moment to write in. I can't believe Colin, of all people, ditched you on your birthday, and he ditched you for someone else's birthday. Colin, that's really low. You are lower than the dickweed people mop up off the shower tile floor. Chris, you have every right to be upset. Colin has to do more than apologize to you. Goose would never do this to any of his friends, so why would you? Mad hugs and best wishes from Goose to Chris. Colin, get back from your chump cruise. Apologize to me for real.
I love the description of a dickweed on tiles. That's fantastic.
I know. I love that people are taking sides. # Team Chris. So when's your apology?
Hey, I don't need to apologize because I sent you a screenshot of the text that should have.
Oh, that's not an apology.
Well, I'm sorry my phone didn't send. I'm sorry about my signal from Vodafone. What do you want from me? Just take the clothes off my back, for fuck's sake. Anyway.
So yeah, thank you. And remember, Colin, if you or anyone wants to write in, why not email us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter @handheld podcast. You can like our page on Facebook by searching for Heroes of Handheld, and you can go to our website, heroesofhandheld.com. Now, Colin, I heard a rumor that you've got a Wii review to do of a little game called Perfect Kick Happy Wheels.
No, you didn't just say that. Did you just... It's 2 games, you idiot.
Oh, what am I like?
What
I'm such a moron. Such a horrendous moron.
You are such a fool. So I've got 2 games I want to very, very quickly mention there because they're not new at all. They're actually quite old games, but I've got back into playing them. So the first one is Perfect Kick, which is from a company called, I believe they're called Game Goo. So that's GAMEGOU. It's a penalty shootout game, and it may sound boring, but actually really fun. It's a multiplayer game. So you connect to the server, you obviously create your character, and then you do penalty shootouts against other players from around the world, which may sound boring, but it's so addictive. It's very clever how it's done. Like, you take a turn taking a penalty, You use your finger to direct the ball, and then you take a turn in goal to try and save the other player's penalty. Obviously, having a good internet connection is pretty much essential for this game, but it's really, really fun. I know it's just a penalty shootout game, but it's just so well done. It's really addictive. When you lose, you want to get straight back in to play another game and win again. It's one of those games where if you lose too many games, if you lose a certain amount of games and you run out of coins, you have to wait for your bar to re-energize, your health to re-energize, or you can just pay real life money to get more coins. But definitely check it out if you haven't before. It's a free game as well. It's Perfect Kick. It's available on, I believe, Android and iOS. So even if you don't like football, it's just an addictive game. And the characters in it, your little characters you create, look like Lego people. So that's really fun as well. So that's a game.
Kick.
Perfect Kick, it's called.
Yes, it is out for Android and it's free, and it's a real football kick game, and they do look like people. Colin, if I get this, will I be able to play against you? Or is that
I hope so. I'm not too sure. I'm sure you might be able to. Do it. Try it. Then add me. You can add friends on there. Add me. Do it. Do it.
Oh, I'll install, then I'll kick your bum.
Nice. Great. And the second game is Happy Wheels. Now, a lot of people have probably heard about this game. It's been around since 2010, but a few weeks ago, it made its debut on iOS. So this game was made popular by a lot of YouTubers recording themselves playing this. It's a ragdoll physics game where you have to direct these characters on various vehicles to the end point. You have to go over obstacles, spikes, and ramps. And what makes it funny is that basically the character you're guiding to the end of the track is like a ragdoll. So if you hit a wall, if you jump over something badly, your character goes flying and he gets dragged along like a ragdoll. And if you hit him against something, like it gets a bit gory, his feet get ripped off, his arms get ripped off, blood splatters everywhere. It's a stupid game. It's free to download. It's been around for donkey's years, so you've probably already played it. But I just thought I'd talk about the iOS version, which is fun. It plays really well. I got a bit bored after a few games, but it works really well. And I'm sure if you're a fan of the original, I'm sure you'll enjoy this. So Happy Wheels is free. It's taken the App Store by storm this week. It's gone straight to number one. It's been at number one for well over a week now. So yeah, I can't see that ending. But I will also want to do a quick mention to Agario, which I mentioned weeks and weeks ago. agar.io. Yes,
My friends are still playing this relentlessly. It's really
so
popular.
fun. I can't stop playing. It's another addictive game. It's such a simple idea. For those of you who don't know what it is, you're basically a circle. You go around this grid and you have to eat smaller circles to get bigger and bigger. But there's also other players as well. And you don't join the game at the same time. So you can join a server when players have been in there for ages. So you'll get in there and everyone else will be bigger than you. So you've got to avoid them because they can eat you. So it's basically survival of the fittest. So the bigger circles eat the littler circles, making the bigger circles bigger. So when you're a small circle, you move faster. So it's easier to avoid the bigger circles. When you're a big circle, you take up more mass. The grid isn't never ending. It's a smallish grid. But you move a lot slower. And if you haven't played it, it's free. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite. It's probably going to be one of my favorite apps of the year, to be honest with you. So it's Agario, agar.io.
And we should say as well, if you're going to play it, go to agar.io because there's loads of unofficial versions out there. But this is the one, you want to play this one, really.
Yeah. It's a bit like, what was that game where you had the numbers? We had to match numbers, sevens or something. What was it called? Threes, that was it. It's like that. It's a simple idea that can be easily duplicated, but it really is a lot of fun. And as Chris said, definitely play the original. Anyway, done. Do the housekeeping, Chris.
So email us, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com. Tweet us @handheldpodcast. Why don't you go on our website, heroesofhandheld.com, and check out all the interesting archive that we've got up there of all the old episodes. Why not have a little binge? Why not go to your birthday and see what we were talking about when that was on? Also, like us on Facebook by searching for Heroes of Handheld. And if you want to find Colin, his address is 25... what's the next bit?
Do you remember the Simpsons episode where where she's on the phone, Marge is on the phone to Chief Wiggum, and he's like, "I need to know your address. I need to arrest you." And she goes, 123 Fake Street. And then he goes to an actual place called 123 Fake Street, and Bart's there. It's great.
Yes, very vaguely. So
Amazing.
yeah, get in touch. Let us know what you're playing. We're always keen to like have little mini reviews and stuff. If anyone's playing anything that they're particularly enjoying and they want to recommend, send us a message. Get engaged. Enjoy the program. Colin, dropping the mic. Done.
Pop the Marley, I'm done. Pop the Marley, I'm sweating. Right, so thank you for listening, everybody. We're back next week, same time, same place, probably, unless Chris decides he can't be bothered, but we'll keep you informed via Twitter. So you can... did you say about Twitter, Chris?
Hello?
Did you say about Twitter?
My internet is breaking, but I love you very much.
I'm going to guess Chris did, but
yes,
I'll
I'm
say
here,
it again.
I'm here. Bye.
So follow us on Twitter at Handheld Podcast. That's where we put everything. So look on there. Thank you for listening. Back next week. Bye.
Bye.